Hi guys, it's Candace. Yes, I know it's been forever, and well, we got some Etsy shares just to show some things that I printed before I injured myself last week. Last week was a bad week for me and Jake. I managed to break 2 toes, chip a bone on my foot, and sprain my ankle because I was working on that chicken coop, was up on the ladder, and I have all these big rocks that have jaggedy edges, and I thought there was plenty of room for my foot to go down between some rocks. Well, it didn't, and I was getting off of the ladder, stepping down with my left foot. There's a rock that had a sharp point here. That here's my little toe on my foot and my second toe, and then my bone on my foot. It literally did like this and squished all the way down. And I mean, I felt the pain when I did it because I have, my tennis shoes are mesh. And I was like, oh man. But then, it didn't hurt as bad after I got my foot. And then, okay, here's the rocks over here. So my foot got wedged between this big rock and this big rock, which it went down on here. And like I said, chipped this bone, broke this toe and that toe, and sprained my ankle, which I only thought I did this. But when I got into the doctor that next morning, and they're like, oh no, you broke these two, chipped that bone, and sprained your ankle. I'm like, well, no wonder it hurts so bad, because I did try to work for about an hour and a half afterward, and I couldn't because I was in so much pain. And I kept complaining about my shoes, because I had got some, I have got another pair of tennis shoes out of the closet that I haven't worn because my other one's just worn out, and I needed, some newer shoes. And the whole time I was complaining, I was like, God, I can't even walk. These insoles are killing me. Blah blah blah. I mean, I really was blaming the pain on my new shoes and the insoles that weren't properly done. Even though I knew I had, did this, but I didn't think I hurt myself as bad as I did. So I picked all my crap up, put it, in the four-wheeler and thing, came back home. As soon as I took my sock off, get ready to get in the shower, oh my gosh, it had already had ringlet. This was ringlet. This was already bruised. This was all red. And I thought, oh my God. So I called the doctor, because, this was like, I don't know, about 4:30. Call the doctor. They couldn't get me until the next morning, but I went the next morning, which was last Wednesday. And sure enough, that's what I managed to do. And then I find out that I've got, which I don't even know where. She's like, oh, well, and the doctor, because the nurse calls you. Oh, well, the doctor says you got bone spurs and arthritis on your foot. And I'm like, huh? How you? And I knew I had bone spurs because, and I know it's on right in here on that foot and right in here on this foot, because these two parts hurt me. And I always have to mush them, and I can hear it pop. Because, I wore high heels for like 25 years of my adult life, in my professions. And then the last 23 years, I wore tennis shoes. And then these last, I don't know, 7-8 years, it's, tennis shoes, Croc sandals, or, so now my feet kind of have a spread. So I got to call back and find out what's up with my foot. Where's this, that, and other, and all the other good stuff. But I didn't care, because they did put me on some woo-woo medicine, taped me up, taped up, taped this toe to that toe, and then taped around my here to hold these together so this chip would heal, and then wrapped my foot up too, so I couldn't go up and down the stairs. Well, I know we're supposed to be showing you this, but I can't talk and do it at the same time. So then Friday evening comes along, and because I had been letting the dogs out on the porch door, and then on the here's the front porch door, and then these are the stairs that go down so they can go do their stuff and come back up. Well, Jake didn't come back up the last time, and I was like, oh. So I got to get up, and you kind of, you can't walk. That's all there is to it. It was a struggle. that became an even bigger struggle. So, Friday afternoon, I had just got to where I can hobble walk good, because before it was, I don't know, you walking like on the inside of this foot to try to, they wanted to put me in a boot, and I was like, no, I can't do the boot. I don't know, I probably would have injured myself more in a boot. I don't know. I told her, but I promised that I would stay off of it and wouldn't do anything, which I did, because I couldn't walk. It hurt so bad, because I had so many I did a good job. I never do anything just like that damn chicken coop. I don't do anything small. I don't hurt myself small either. So Jake doesn't come up. I'm like, oh my God. So I gotta, get up out of my chair, hobble, 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 sit down here at this chair. And I'm like, Jake, and he doesn't come. He doesn't make any noise. I'm like, oh, what the hell? Because I didn't know what he was into. And then hobble, 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 stand right there and look down. And he's laying down on the concrete down there. And I'm like, Jake, what are you doing down there? And he just looks up at me. He's not wagging his tail or nothing. I'm like, oh, I said, what's up? So I'm like, come on, you need to come on up. And he didn't move at first. And so then I had to fuss. I'm like, Jake, get up here. You've been down there long enough. It's time to get up here, because I don't like them out and about, because then they tend to wander further. And so he comes up the stairs kind of slow, and his tail's tucked. And I'm like, oh, crap. So, but, by now, I'm, go from here to hobble, hobble, hobble to the chair to sit down outside, hobble, 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 back inside. And he comes in, and he's just, walking funny and still has his tail tucked. And I'm like, what is wrong with you? Because I knew something was wrong with him. And I went to touch him, like his back hind part, and he cried. I've never heard Jake cry. It wasn't a howl it was flat out cry. And I'm like, oh my God. So I call our vet. Well, sure enough, they're already closed, but they have an emergency vet name and phone number for you to call, which is an hour and 30 minutes away to there. But anyway, so I was like, well, maybe I'll just, because they did they'll answer the phone, but you can't get in. And so, and I told her, I said, well, I said, I have some gabapentin from, Mia. And I said, could I give that to him? She said, give that to him. She goes, but if he's still, crying and won't eat or drink, then you need to get him in to the vet. And I'm like, okay. So about an hour and a half goes by. I give him the stuff, and he's laying down finally. He was just panting, and shaking his whole body. I was like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. And he wouldn't get up, and I couldn't touch him. As soon as I went to touch him, other than the first couple hours, I couldn't even touch his nose. He would cry, and I was like, oh my God, what has he done? And then, so finally, he was laying down. Okay, here's his head. I know. Here's his head because it's his right side, like hip down to leg. And he's doing good. He's finally, like, relaxed. The pain medicine, I guess, has kicked in, and he's not panting so bad, because I thought he was going to, like, hyperventilate and pass out. And he was finally calming down. Well, here comes little girl. Boom, 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 boom. Right on him, one foot. Because, her 35 pounds hurts on that one foot, because she's done me many a times. And so he starts crying, and just and he can't get up, and he's just in pain. I'm like, oh my God. So I called the vet and asked, can we get there? And she's like, yep. She's just, come on up. She goes, they're open 24 hours, Friday, Saturday, Sunday night, and then Monday through Thursday, they're regular hours. 7 a.m. to 6, whatever, but they're 24 hours, the rest, which is good to know. And so I tried to pick him up. Oh my God. Oh, I couldn't get him up. But I got him up, and I hobbled to the stairs. And I'm like, how am I going to get him down? Because, I had just started to be able to walk. Well, not walk, but hobble. And so I'm like, so tears are coming down my face. I'm getting down the stairs. I get down the stairs, I let the other dogs out so they can do their stuff, because I know we're going to be gone for a while. And I get him in the car, and, he's just crying because, I've had to touch him and pick him up, and he, gets mad, and he wouldn't even go in the sling, and it's just a fight. It was a rough first 4 days with him too. After my 4 days of stuff, and my foot's still hurting. Today's the first day I've unwrapped everything. and I'm thinking I might need to wrap it back. But you know how when you have something wrapped so long, my feet feel different. So anyway, so I get him there. I put that address into the GPS, and off we go. And we get there about 5:45 in the evening, and we don't get seen till almost 10 o'clock at night. And that dog laid on the floor with his tail tucked, shaking, never made a peep, never made a sound, never nothing the whole time, which is totally not like him. Even with all the dogs and cats that were coming and going and sitting by us and stuff, he didn't try to be his, typical Billy Badass, I'm gonna eat you for lunch type stuff. And man, they had some animals that come through there. But so we finally get called back there. They do the x-rays, and because I'm thinking, oh God, so I'm just praying that nothing's broken, or I don't know, because I just didn't know. And this older man that came in there with his dog, they had a 7-year-old dog that was freaking pregnant. I'm sorry, y'all. Fix your stinking dogs. Do not let your dogs mate when they're that old. And she had been in labor since noon, hadn't had babies, and this is like 6:15 at night that they bring her in, and oh my God. So anyway, the doggy ended up having to have a C-section, and all 5 puppies were alive, and which was a miracle. So, but anyway. So, and he's like, oh, it might be a broke hip and blah, 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 blah. And I'm thinking, oh my God, I can't do a broke hip. But I'm like, whatever happens, we'll just have to deal with it. And so they finally get him back there, and then they come out, and the doctor tells me nothing's broken. I'm like, oh, thank God. He's like, but he's torn his tendons or ligaments. I can't remember what he told me. I think they're kind of both the same. I don't know. Around his, who's crying? Oh, around his, from his knee to the hip. So I don't know what he did, but he had to have been going, because first time in all of their lives, really, that I haven't watched them properly. And he had to have been going down the stairs, and then the stairs are open, and his foot must have slid underneath there, or I don't know. I don't know. That's the only way I can think he got hurt. They gave him some, pain pills and some anti-inflammatory stuff, gave him a shot, which, you could tell that poor dog was like, la, 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 la. And but he was really good to everybody, which is unusual. But, so we get back home. We got home at 11:55 at night. Oh my God, I was so tired. And then that was Friday. So Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, I had to carry him up and down the stairs. All I did, I taped my foot up. I put an extra ace bandage around all the stuff, because you have to untape it and tape it back, once a day. And because I tried the sling, he wanted no part of it. We fought more than anything with that. And but I only made it to where I took him down 3 times, and 3 times a day, because I couldn't handle anymore. I'd get him down, get him back up, and then I'd have to take a pill, which, I don't do anything stronger than Tylenol, but I had to take my prescription stuff because it hurt so bad. So, he got his stuff, so he was out, because it would knock him out for a good 6-7 hours. Not like pass out, but he wasn't panting like he was, or shaking really, really bad, and would sleep. And because the doctor wanted me to kennel him for a month. I'm like, I can't put him in a kennel. Well, one, I could, but it's over at the shop, and the one time you need it, that it's not on the porch, because we cleaned it for the other stuff. It's been raining ever since, so but he really hasn't been going around and doing. He stays right there. So I would do that, take my little every 6-hour pill, and we all just kind of slept and kind of watched TV, but didn't really watch TV, and had to prop my foot up, had to do the ice, and just, oh my God. So finally, I don't even know what today is. I think today is Thursday. Okay. So finally, Tuesday, he let me do the sling one going down, and then on the way up, he wouldn't. I'm like, well, we'll have to see. Because, I mean, I couldn't do it anymore. I mean, I knew I was messing my foot back up because it was hurting so bad. And I couldn't carry him anymore. And he, you could tell, like, Monday evening he was getting up, going to the water. He wasn't crying. And, he was just kind of like slowly, I'm like, oh, okay, he must be getting better and doing whatever. And then, like I said, Tuesday when we got down, with the sling, no part of it coming up. And so I'm just like, I held onto his little collar while I'm gimping up the stairs. He wants to go, and I'm like, you gotta go slow. So he would, slowly gimp up with me. And so we got up there. And then the next time, when we went down, because he wasn't eating or drinking much. He just, like, 2 days ago started eating and drinking normal. And he's, walking around better. Well, now he's hurt his right foot. Well, anyway, he always does that because I think he gets a rock inside the pad because that's his thing. So now he's kind of like doing this with the front paw. I'm like, boy, I said, we just can't be injuring ourselves this much. So anyway, that's where we have been. We have, both me and the dog, me and Jake have been to the doctors. We've had x-rays. We've had serious medicines. We've been wrapped up, and oh my Lord. So, and then the guy that does the weed eating, I had asked him if he would come help me with the chicken coop. Because, oh my God, y'all, I've lost 4 chickens already now. I don't even know what day it was. Must have been Friday. I don't even know. Or Saturday morning. I don't even know. I found my favorite little one. The one that looks like a barn owl. The white with all the black. And she was dead in a little mini chicken coop. And something just ate the whole side out of her. And, I was just heartbroken. So I called that, Anthony. I'm like, Anthony, I said, I need help. I can't. I said, I've broken my toes. I said, I've sprained my ankle. And I said, my neighbors are really upset that I haven't gotten these stupid chickens because they've voiced it to 2 other neighbors on the street and the 2 other people on the street. I mean, I don't even leave my house but maybe twice a month. Well, the 2 times I left, I listened to it from one person and this person. And of all people, this person here, because she tells everybody. So anyway, so I called, my California friend, and because I wasn't going to, but I stewed over it because I was upset over what was said. Because it was 2 different people, similar stuff, but, one of them really. And I told her, I said, look, I said, I wasn't going to call. I said, but, this is bothering me. I said, it's eating me. And I said, and if I don't say anything about it, then I'm going to be mad at you. And she's like, what? And so I told her what was said. She goes, oh my God. She goes, we don't say stuff. I said, well, I don't care if it was said. I said, I understand that it's taken me so long to do this. And I said, I've honestly been trying. And I've injured myself so much doing it. Y'all know, I mean, between my hand, my arm, my shoulder, and then this foot thing, and then being attacked by the rooster down there. Took 2 months to heal. And just, I mean, and I told her, I said, if you feel that y'all can sleep better at night, please give them chickens away. She goes, oh no, we never said. I said, it's been said twice by 2 different people. And I said, I will just buy some more. I mean, I said, because it's just not worth it. And it truly isn't. This chicken situation is not worth it. I mean, I can't tell you how much money I got into this stupid chicken house that when the chickens die, I'm going to cotton pick and run water and plumbing to it, and it's going to be, I'm going to rent it out as a little house. I don't know. But seriously, this thing is, oh my God, it's just out of control. So, and so, she was like, oh, I'm sure, he didn't say things. And I'm like, well, I said, when one of them said one thing, I said, I kind of was like, whatever, blowing it off. But I knew how Lawrence was talking about it was what came out of Alan's mouth. And then, but when Julie came back with the kind of the same stuff, but a different version and different her take, I knew he had run his mouth to both of them on the streets. So anyway, I was just pissed. So Anyway, she's like, oh, you take your time. I said, no, I'm serious. If you need to give the chickens away, please do. And this was before I hurt my foot. And so then I hurt my foot, and I texted her. I said, you know, I sent her my pictures, and I'm like, look, this is what I've managed to do. And she's like, oh my God. And she goes, I'm so sorry. And I'm like, well, I said, I just, you know, oh my God. So anyway, so yeah, so that's been basically, I don't know how even long it's been, a good week and a half of poo-poo drama over here and just pain. So, and I did this way before any of this, well, on the 20th, way before any of this happened. And because I was going to make something cute. Well, tomorrow's stinking Halloween, but we're still going to do just the little Etsy share so you can see, because they're stinking cute. These are called Lost Darlings by Lunorart. Well, it's Lunorart. Lunorart. She's got some of the cutest. I mean, I love her. She's got some good stuff. Oh, and I know some of this is just too yucky, but I was going to throw a little one together because this just reminds me of my granddaughter Brianna, who was into that gothic stuff. So I'm just going to make a quickie. But some of these are stinking cute. I mean, you know, that would be, her little face is just so cute. I don't know if it's a him or her. I'm not going trick-or-treating. I mean, you know, some of them are just too stinking cute. Even for their little ghoulishness. Now, I don't need any flies. But, oh, speaking of flies. Well, you know, the chickens have got brave enough, you know, even before my foot was hurt, they were starting to come around the house and walking over on the porch. Well, now they're all around the house. Well, they're pooping all on the porch, but they've eaten every stinking stink bug that's on the concrete. So I'm like, blowing off chicken poop versus them eating them bugs? Well, I don't know. We'll have to see. Anyway, because they will not go in their stinking chicken coops anymore. Well, especially, I think they associate it with death, because 2 of them definitely have died in there. I don't know where the other 2 black ones, what killed them, because I haven't found their bodies. I found one black one that first time that, you know, definitely fell and broke his neck getting out of that thing. But anyway, isn't that little kitty cat cute? And then my poor little owl, barn owl, was, oh, yeah, So, they roost in the stinking cedar trees all around the house. They do the one by the chicken coop, and then there's one right behind the house, and then there's one there's one on this side of the chicken coop that they do, and then there's one over here kind of at an angle from the chicken coop. And anyway, you're gonna have to be told. And you know, these are big, but I printed it full size because I wanted those. I like those, so I'm like, well, he'll just have to be some scrap paper. Look at her little moth wings. They're so cute. And the little owl girl, she's really cute too. You know, like I said, some of them are a little creepy ballerina, but well, anyway, you know. But some of them are just too stinking cute. And if you need some old houses and creepy castle. Wasn't sure about the bat, so I just printed this. That's full size. This is a full-size page because those are cute little ones. Oh, and then, you know, she's cute. Nothing's wrong with her. I mean, she's normal. Oh, but some of these were just, and there's actually another one that she has that's more like got oranges and blacks, more Halloweenish, I guess. I don't know, more autumny. And it's really cute, but I didn't need both of them because this one is more what, you know, Brianna's thing. And she's cute pie there too. Oh. You you know, if the horns freak you out, you can always trim them so you don't see them. But she's still a little raggedy thing. Ow. I know, and you know I can't sit without bending my foot, so I'm trying to lock it underneath the other one. I know, like I said, this is full size, but I have an idea on that one. Cute little creepy trees. They got, you know, just one spider dangling. Oh, wait. These have a few spiders dangling. And then you have these words. And then this larger sayings. And then some moons. And some black lilies. I know. Wicked little tree. And then these, you know, I printed the words half a page. And then, well, I was trying, which I don't know what I'm doing, because I really don't know what I'm doing. And I know John knows how to do, but he never taught me how. So anyway, so I printed them, you know, half page, so I could bend the page over. And I thought I was going to be able to, you know, print them, you know how I always take them, put them in there. But I couldn't think how to put the paper in to make them be both the same direction. So I just was like, forget it. I give up. This one is, you know, print over print, whatever. So I was just like, well, I'll have to make some, you know, put a pocket or whatever on these sides. Because I liked the, and as you can tell, I was trying to make them smaller. Just trying to get it done. I couldn't figure it out. So I gave up. Crazy little boy. Like I said, it's Brianna through and through. Ever since she was born with them little crossed arms. But Brianna loves to write. She writes some stories. And I think, you know, just her life and just stuff. But that girl, she can write. And then, you know, there's this one here. And they come, you know, like the full page, and then I shrunk them. And then now I have 2 of those because I've just messed it all up. But whatever. So we really are going to throw something quick with that one. Ouch. And like I said, that is Lunorart, Lost Darlings, 40 pages. I don't think I printed all 40, but pretty doggone near. And then this I had to do hidden paper clips from MyPorchPrints because they were just too cute, and I printed them. I printed it on 60-pound paper because I wanted to make a Halloween thing. I know, and then I printed 2 because I didn't know what I was going to do. Oh, and that's totally different paper because I could feel. That's weird. But I do remember grabbing it from another pad. But yeah, I mean, you got all these little bitties. Oh, but wow, I think this is Nina because it just has it's not that HP because it's HP is so smooth. But this one has, what did I do? Do I have 3 of them? Oh dear God, yes I do. So I printed 3 of them, and then it has pockets, and they tell you, you know, print on paper or print on whatever. Well, I printed it. I had one of these in there, so oops. So then I printed it on regular paper, like it said, and then I printed a couple of these. I think 2 pages of these, which are the little tags to go inside, and then it came with this backing paper, which is great for anything. It just says like Western Union Telegraph. I mean, there's nothing like spooky or nothing on here. It's a great, you know, everyday whatever page. So, you know, you just got to remember it's in there. I need to get my Rolodex going with the papers. I know. Dear God. 2026, y'all. Oops. 2026. We're going to get our poop together. Oh my God. So anyway, this is MyPorchPrints Halloween Hidden Paperclips kits. She's got a bunch of paperclip things, but they don't have to be paperclips. You know, we can always make something else out of them. Okay, so there's that one. Oh, and this one, oh my God. This is Lunorart Fallen Flora. She has them on sale right now for $4.50. But, oh, geez Louise, is this not the prettiest autumn color flowers? And I just printed them all how they came. You know, some of these are big, and they really, you know, I would probably shrink them. Wait, I gotta wrap my toes up. Oh, because I'm touching it. But oh, these are just, I mean, oh my God, these colors. Oh, this was an oops, because I was trying to use my spare printer. It printed like 3 pages, and then it started its crap again. So this will just have to be for something else. And then, you know, then it did this. And I was like, ay, 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 ay. So then I had to stop. I had to go back to the other one, because the other one, oh Lord, where's some wood, had behaved itself and printed all these. Oh, but I mean, isn't these the prettiest? Oh, she's got some beautiful Flora flower kits. If you've got a color printer, shoot, you just need to invest in her stuff, because it's just, oh my God. Look at those little, looks like corn husk lily things. Oh, is that 2? Yeah, okay. I guess that's some ginger cactus. This was on the other printer. If you look, it's a little, it's not as bright and pretty, but it's usable. Oh, yep. So I had to add it to my flower kit, because it's just, oh, the bomb. Beautiful, beautiful autumn flowers. Look at that pumpkin, that gourd. Guess that's pomegranate. Look at that pumpkin. Oh, pretty apple. Beautiful sunflowers. I mean, just, oh, what is this? Oh, that's an oops page. Well, we can add it to here. Hold on. I got another oops clear page there. Look at those tire lilies. But, oh, yeah. Beautiful, beautiful autumn stuff. Look at that autumn hydrangea. Another one. But I was tired of printing, where I would have, you know, printed them halfsies to make them smaller, but nope, I was done. So, Fallen Flora by Lunorart. Oh, I should be stamping these, so I know I shared them. Is this all of that one? Yeah. Dear God, this one is is massive. So I know this I shouldn't show, because I want to get in trouble. Because they are on sale. So, and I shouldn't have wrote that on there. But anyway, Amber Express. Yeah, if you can figure, it's all amber stuff. Oh, well, anyway. They have some words. Oh, well, I guess I didn't. I've wasted some of these, because I didn't do, like, shrink inside the page. I left it, so it chopped off some of those, but oh well. Dummy. I mean, because sometimes these are just too big. And then, once again, I printed some half sheets, because, well, the pictures are just beautiful. And I couldn't remember how I did my thing. I've done it before, but I don't remember. And I just wanted you to see how pretty some of them are. And like, if you do fairy stuff, these would be so cute for little fairies. This reminds me, The Wizard of Oz. I don't know what it just does. I don't know. But they're just really pretty. I know we're going backwards from where I printed, you know, because all the other fussy cuts are in the front. But look at that. Hopefully there's no little troll underneath there. But these would be so cute if you did some kind of little fairy. Ow! And I've injured this finger with something out there. I'm too old for all this. Anyway, but I did buy a 3-prong electric thing, because you know I have to only have one extension cord and I have to unplug and unplug. So I finally bought that when I was at the store the other day, and so at least now I can keep my saw turned on, my trimmer saw turned on, my drill plugged in, and the staple gun. So that way they can all be plugged in, so I don't have to walk from over there, unplug it, plug it in. So I know it's taking me a while to bite that bullet. Oh, a whole $5, but man, it was the best $5 ever spent. Oh. You know, and this knowing you've got this tool and that tool, but don't know where in God's name John's put it, is for the birds. I know, and all these are getting, there's a lot of these pages. Like I said, and they print, oh Lord, they print full size. But, I mean, I guess if you were doing a 12 by 12 scrapbook, you could use them, but they're just so big. This would be pretty in Emily's, because whenever I get around her, if I ever remember, I need to do like Gail did, but I don't have any room. You know, she used to have like those crafting bins, and she'd label them for like, whatever they are, groupings. You know, like she'd have, you know, farm, cow, or whatever. Well, I need to make one that says Emily. I do have some drawers that have like Mickey Mouse in there and some other stuff, but I can't get to them because there's crap in front of it. I know, bad. One day, I'm telling you, when that chicken coop's done, I'm an expert at that trim cutter. So I'm gonna get that craft room trim done. I know I have not, but I still have to go buy, because I only have 4-inch baseboard trim, and I need 3-inch to go around the windows, and some 2x1s, 1x, I don't know, I have it, you know, because I found the craftsman look that I want, so I have to go buy that trim so I can, you know, do it. But anyway, I'd love to have a, you know, like that. And this could even be, you know, a seashore type thing. You know, paint some blue water back there, and then some cream for the sand. All right, now let's get to the other stuff. Some other castle parts and pieces. There's people and really pretty things coming. I promise you. I promise you. Don't give up on me yet. Oh, are we in the? I got my stinking foot bent again. Oh, but look at those acorns. I love them with the little crowns on there. Oh, oh, poop monkeys. There's another one of those. Lots of castles and stuff in there. But see, this is how it would, you know, a full page is. But I wanted the full acornies. Uh-oh. Now we're upside down. Oh, okay, they're all upside this way. I don't know what I was doing. Putting paper in, taking paper out, who knows? But, oh, isn't that beautiful? I would so have that. All right, we're getting there. Good grief. I know I might have to cut some of these up and share. Okay, here we go, finally. Look at these stinking cute little autumn, oh, kitty cats and birds and the bunnies. Oh my gosh. And a little deer. Some little flowers. These little flowers. Some pretty leaves. Some pretty trees. That's how it was here yesterday. That storm came through. Jeez. Oh my gosh, I cannot believe this is the first time the islands, you know, Jamaica, Haiti, and all that had been hit by Category 5. I really thought they had had one before, but I feel so, Lord. But I really think the death toll is kind of small considering how bad it is, which is good, but those people, look at these beautiful horses. Yes, please. I'd have one. A little raccoon in there. Oh my gosh. A little birdie's on top. Oh, little bunny. Now, how do you get up there? I don't know. Look at the little bluebirds and stuff on here. And then look at the kids. Oh, let me stand up again. Make sure that, ouch, I'm in frame. Yes, I am. So cute. Oh my gosh. There's Brianna again when she's little. Then she went through prim and proper thing, and now she's into goth. Oh, but they're so, look at her, her little butterfly. Oh, they're so cute. Look at him. Oh, her little owl. Her little sleeves look like pumpkins, but they're not. They're poofed out, but they look like pumpkins. Oh, but they're the cutest little kids. And she, like I said, she's got other kits that are just, there she is. If her hair was a little bit darker. But she's got some of the cutest kits with, you know, different colors for winterish and all that other stuff. Oh my gosh. But I love this autumn. Look at that. Oh, look at her. I know. I didn't really look at them. Oh, I just printed and came and laid down. Boop, boop. Oh. Look at that. Your little girl gagging back there? I don't know. Give me a little chubby cheek. You just want to pinch them. Got some cute little boy things in here. A little raccoon taking a ride. Oh, little deer. Look at her little boots. Anyway, sorry. Oh my goodness. Oh. Now that's a little misportioned. I mean, I would maybe cut it off there because, yeah, no, it doesn't look right. But oh, I love these colors. They're so pretty. And that's that one. So that's our quick little Etsy share. So I'm gonna go and hurry up and post it so you'll have that. Then we're gonna throw the gothy thing together. So, oh, I hope you enjoyed it. And like I said, ow. I know, y'all. I'm just damaged goods. And but I came out better than Jake did. I have, honestly, oh, poor baby. So I will see y'all on the next one. Like I said, I will do this. I'm gonna come back, make another thing, and see if I can't get another one posted, and see if I can't get, you know, a few more videos and all the other good stuff. So, because tomorrow I have to go swap out some tin, get longer tin, and buy more wood. Oh my God! Because when my you know, handyman friend came over, he's like, oh, well, you know, how I had started, he's like, well, you know, it's really not going to handle, you know, the tin with the, if it snows, and I was like, oh, you're right, I didn't think about that, because it was, it was okay now, but anyway, because I was using 2x2s, so we need to use 2x4s. I'm like, oh dear God. So it's $2 more each thing, so I have to go back and get, and I bought the wrong brackets to attach to them, so I need 30 of the brackets, 24 freaking more 2x4s that are treated, and then I have to swap out 7 of the 8-foot tins to get 7 10-foot trims, tin, the wavy tin. And I'm like, my God, I'm telling you, this coop, not even funny, okay? I just, oh my God is all I can tell you. So, and then I got to pay him for his time, but I can't do it, and I just need to get it done. And I, and he's like, yeah, I'll be there, because then he didn't show up when he was supposed to, anyway. So, and he promised me, so I'll be there Saturday and Sunday, and I'll get it finished up. We'll see. Anyway, he's real good about saying he's coming, and then he don't come, and then he shows up, and I don't like that. If you make an appointment, then you need to come. So anyway, that's enough of my wham-wham. So we did have some Etsy shares, even though we had a lot of wham-wham, but that's what's been going on. So let me go hobble over there and get this done, and then I'm going to try to download my movie maker thing into my computer down here. Oh God, I don't know, to see if I can't get that, because I can't pick the picture that I want. It just auto generates whatever photos on there, and I don't like that. So anyway, so I will see you on the next video. Lots of kisses, lots of love, and y'all have a great day, blessed day. And yeah, lesson to everybody: do not build a chicken coop. Spend the money, unless you have a good handy husband or boyfriend or whatever. Spend the money, buy something from Amazon, and then you can always enclose it and do what you want to do to it later. So, because it's going to cost you 5 times more, and not to mention all the doctor visits and hospital visits and injuries that you give to yourself. So anyway, I will see you later. Bye, guys.